Hey you guys, it's me. It's been a while. Just having my dinner right now. I made Courtney Luna's spaghetti noodles. This is pretty much eggs, cream cheese, gelatin, and what do you call it? Panko, pork panko, which is I can't think right now, but yeah, it's supposed to, you're supposed to eat this with spaghetti and like pasta sauce and stuff like that, but I made it in a soup because I had some chicken, so I made it into a soup. So it's not tasting correctly, I guess. Like, should it be tasting like this? But it's kind of like a little spongy, like eggs. It's soaking in all the soup I made, and I have some pork, spare ribs for baby back I made, and this is just leftovers, and I just put in soup. Oh, so just to update you guys on the competition. Of course, it's always amazing, like the energy level. A lot of people came, and you saw the pictures. There were quite a few competitors. So yeah, so I signed up when Silos asked me, Carlos, he asked me, am I signing up? Am I gonna be able to make it? I said, yeah, I'm trying. And then I said I was working towards the competitive run, but realistically, I was only able, and it's just funny because I said, yeah, I wanted to join competitive, but realistically, it'd probably be in the open run. And I guess there might have been a misunderstanding or something, but somehow he put me in beginner. Beginner is with the band. And the other difference was, like, we had like a little block that we're supposed to step up. So like the beginner does a step up on the block and then go down. And the open run is they have to jump up and then go walk down. So I didn't know that because I really thought I was gonna be able to do like the competitive run, but you know what's a good thing, I didn't, because at my level right now it didn't make sense. Like, I saw all the girls that were doing it, Val included. She won first place, by the way, and I will show her run when I get the video because it's not with me right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so strong. But yeah, everybody, it was like a 5-minute timer and 3-minute and then 5 minutes, like different what did I say it was, block, right? So the competitive run, I would not have been able to do that because I really was so naive to just think, oh, I'm just gonna join it and then try to get 1 point. But when you actually go there and you see all the competitors that really did it, like Val, Jenny, and there are a few others that I didn't know, they were actually constantly like trying to do their exercise. So it would be so weird of me to just go there and like try to attempt that. So it makes sense that I had to go down to open run. But anyway, like I wasn't even doing open run. I was put in beginner, and I didn't know at first. So this is what happened was, I thought I was put on open run, and then Carlos, he sends a video out, like this is gonna be like the schedule, like these people will be open. It just said open run, so I was like, oh, so there's no beginners, it's just open run. But then during the competition, he started announcing this is like beginner, like these people are gonna be beginner, and then I was supposedly on the 3rd round, and somehow I guess someone couldn't make it, so he called me on the 2nd round. So it's like 3 person per round. So after the 2nd round, he called me, and then so I was like, oh, okay. Then I went up there, and I told him, hey, like I'm supposed to be in the 3rd round, and then I mentioned like I'm supposed to do no ban, right? I signed up for no ban, and then he just asked me a question. I guess everything is just like, it was like kind of chaotic because you know he's trying to have a schedule too at the same time. So I said I'm supposed to do no ban, and then he asked me how many pull-ups can you do, and I just, being realistic, I said, oh, like maybe 1. I said 1, and he said just do it, just do that. So I did it. So I did not get first, of course, because I got third place because I was mostly training on my pulls, which I guess knowing now after all this time, like I really didn't focus too much energy and time into my workout. I was, doing other things at the same time. If you guys have been following. So anyway, I got third, but at the same time, pretty much after my run, it was actually it was hard. Like my legs were burning because I never really trained that hard on my legs. It was mainly my arms that I was training on. But even with that, like my pull-ups with the band, I did 14. That's actually not a lot because back then, a few years back when I was more focused on like the workout, I was doing I think 20 something pull-up with the band. So I actually got weaker. Like my pulls got weaker, my push-ups got weaker. Pretty much everything was weaker because I really didn't focus a lot of energy on it. I was doing other things. I had a shoulder injury, and I didn't work out for 3 months. All these things happened, and I was naive to think that by working out, like 2-3 times a week, like I would get that straight back. But no, I didn't. And so even as a beginner, I was placed third. And I know if I had focused my energy on the actual run for the right category, right, instead of trying to do pull-ups and chin-ups and all that, I might have done better. Like I actually didn't take it seriously on the workout that was provided right 1 month prior to the competition. So I could have like really did the training for it to do better, but I didn't. So anyway, I got third, and so I mean, rightfully I should be a beginner then, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I could have also been in the open run, which makes more sense because I'm not really beginner. I just lost strength. So yeah, but overall it was a really fun event. Like we saw a few people who were true beginners. Like I could see them, like they were pushing. It was just like, oh my god, like that's so cool. Like they're still out there, like going up and like in front of so many people, just doing the runs. Like there are many people who work out, but I think some are not. They don't want to be at the, I don't know what you call it. It's not like a center of attention or anything, because I don't think it's that. It's like you go there to kind of testing yourself. Like it's just, oh my god, it's just the energy level is just out of the world. Like everybody's just encouraging, like you guys really should join a competition. It's just fun. Like it's just different. It's just really, the energy is so good. Like we had Val's friend, he had like no workout or no fitness experience at all. And it was like 2 weeks in before the competition, and she's like, hey, you should do it. Val's very good at like pushing people to get started. So eventually he finally, like 2 weeks before the competition, he joined. So he trained for like 2 weeks, and he was up there, he's just doing it. And then like later on, the event's over, so Carlos, the event host, he did like a live. So he invited Val's friend to like talk about his experience. And there's a few other people, beginners. Like pretty much Carlos' like vision is like getting people who are just beginners, or just people who don't know about calisthenics, to join in, and like just you're just doing something with yourself. Like it's like self-improvement and just like moving your body. So yeah, that's like his vision. And he has a story, which I'm sorry, but I didn't really get a chance to watch some of his videos in the past that he mentioned it, but I think he had talked about it in some of his posts. I'm not sure, but yeah, like he's living this dream. Like he now has a gym, and he's getting people, like inspiring people to get started and just doing something with themselves. But anyway, yeah, so it was great overall though. Like it's like nice to see everybody again. Like you kind of have like this community of people that are always like bringing you up. Like it's just it's just nice to see everybody was just smiling, and you're just having a good time. Like, it's just positive energy. So, like, again, just saying, if you guys have one of those events over there, just join, just because it like when you join something, or like you join something, or you just start a challenge, you're gonna start thinking differently. Like, oh, what can I do? Like, you're gonna start like changing your schedule. Like, what can I do to put that into my schedule? And that's like with everything, right? Like, whatever you decide to do, you're gonna like make time for it. And like having that in your mind, it's like you're walking towards something healthy and positive. So yeah. So now, anyway, my plan now, well, Phil said I think we still need to maintain, and I also still have my maintain the workout. I mean, like, continue to work out even though the competition's over, and I don't think there's any other ones this year. It might be more. I'm for sure next year there will be more, and we might join another one, but for now he said just continue to maintain. And I still have my 5 pulls, what was it, 5 pulls end of this year. So we're still working on that. I'm still working on that, but I have more things planned. So now that I'm quite comfortable with just, maybe I'm comfortable with this my own within my channel, like you know, you guys are supporting me, and I mentioned that I might create another channel related to carnivore, and I've been thinking a lot about it, and I'm gonna start now working on my voiceover. So I'm gonna do my voiceover, learn how to portray my voice well, or talk in a good pace, the voiceover, and then thumbnail. So that's my next 2 things that I'm gonna work on. And then just also spread the carnivore information, little bits here and there, like little information, like certain topics. But I'm gonna record my my cooking stuff. Like, I want to like inspire like how easy it is to cook under carnivore diet, like the food that you make. It can be simply just eggs and beef patties, or just beef patties and like sausages or bacon, or like a simple soup like this with some eggs. Like, there's so many simple ways to cook and be under the carnivore diet, like just it's mainly eliminating all the things that's causing health issues in our body. But yeah, I want to like just do a little quick 1 or 2 minute videos, like my voiceover about certain topics, and just show the food that I'm making, that I'm eating. Something simple like that. And maybe I will go into further things, but I kept on overthinking, and I think this is the best thing. Like, I don't want to teach someone how to cook. I mean, these are just inspirations. Like, you guys all know, like, people in general, it's easy. Like, you just put the food in the pan and put salt. I mean, that can be like the most basic thing to do, to cook. So beef patties and eggs, anyone who knows how to use the kitchen a little bit should be able to make that, right? So it's very simple, a lot of time saving, a lot of like, there's nothing complicated, there's no spices and stuff. But I still want to like incorporate a little bit Asian food in there. Eventually I'll get there. I'll have like different playlists or so, but that's the plan. And I don't want to overthink anymore, because I kept on overthinking, like, am I gonna be like is it gonna be like food channel, is gonna about how to cook something, or like what am I doing? And I just kept overthinking, so I didn't do it. So I now realize, you know, I just forget it. I want to spread the carnivore diet, and that's the main thing, is just to spread that, like, people know more about it. The more videos we create, the more exposure it is on the YouTube, and may possibly, like, you know, spread it, and we just go from there. And then even Phil said, you know, just do it, and as you continue, you're gonna start having your own way of doing certain things. Like, I already feel that way with my current YouTube channel, like how I do things, but I purposely didn't want to put thumbnails. I purposely didn't want to overthink it. So that's why it's like this, the way it is, purposely. So, and I got a little, I was overthinking on my carnivore channel, because I am thinking of perfection, which happens sometimes, and then I would stop myself. So that's why I haven't done anything. So now that I decided on that, so that's out of the way, my next project is laser. I need to learn the machine. We have the machines. I feel so just you gotta learn how to use it, like how to make certain things with it, and then from there I could then decide what do I really want to make with this, like to specialize in. And then I'm gonna put on Etsy and then create my own. I mean, this is long term, of course. Like Etsy is the next step. After I create that product, I'll put on Etsy and then learn how to put photo listings, all these things, and then eventually have a website, and then have it maybe those. But now we're gonna have not just digital product, but it'll be like physical product now. So there's lots of things to learn, but it's exciting because I'm doing something for myself, for my future, for Phil, for the kids' future. We could possibly work at home. Like Phil could possibly work at home if it goes well. Like there's just so many opportunities out there as long as you just put in a little work, few hours a day, or even 1 hour a day, or whatever. Like that's why I was also thinking, like, what can I do to reduce my cooking time, because I noticed I've been cooking a lot. And also the dishes. We have a dishwasher, but I noticed I've been using a lot of dishes, and it's like I'm always constantly like putting dishwasher and taking it out, putting it away, and then making something. So I need to simplify everything. That way I can like free up my time to do other things. I might even do batch cooking again. Like I was thinking about that, but I never got the chance to really batch cook. Or maybe we might just simply eat the same thing like 2 times, 3 times a week. I mean, feel we're pretty easy. Like I don't mind eating. As long as you're really hungry, you're gonna be okay eating the same thing because you're so hungry that everything's gonna taste so good. So, lately I don't, and with the carnivore diet, you don't even eat that much anymore. Like you're just gonna feel like you're just gonna feel full and satisfied, and you're just gonna eat sometimes just once a day. You get used to that. Yeah. Like you're not supposed to be snacking. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to just like, because you're not gonna feel hungry anyway, and you're not gonna have a lot of cravings. So eventually you're not gonna eat anything until you're like super hungry. You're gonna feel it, like what hungry really is. Yeah, so that's my other plan. I might possibly, well, since I'm still working out, I still might have my speech rep. I'm still planning on my speech rep will be mainly like voiceover, like practicing voiceover. I need to also learn like thumbnails, like I was saying. Oh yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but like I broke out a little bit. It was kind of embarrassing. Like right before the competition, I broke out, and so I had like this white bump. Like those people where you gotta pop it. Like I wanted to pop it so badly. It was like growing, but it wasn't not. I didn't want to, pop it and then turn red, but it was slightly white, and it was like feels just like, just don't worry about it. And I said, like, how you would probably get upset if you had that. But anyway, but it's just funny. Like he will tell me certain thing, and it's like, oh, like it's so we're so kind to people, but so mean to herself. Like I can't believe like I'm stuck with this face with the pimples. But if someone else has it, like it's okay, it's fine. It's just how it is. I told Phil, like, you're just saying that, but if it's on your face, it's a different story. Yeah. So there's a lot of exciting things that's happening, and I just gotta make sure I can focus. I'm gonna go home tomorrow because on Friday I have a eye exam. Yeah, so I'm going home tomorrow. So pretty much this week it's kind of like a done deal. Like I don't know what I can do at home. Like usually when I get home I don't do too much. Like mainly hang out with mom and just other things like Nancy, like the little girl. But I need to start thinking also like what can I do at home that I can't do here, because here I have everything here in Vegas, but at home I need to possibly focus on like outlining the things that I need to do, like outlining my videos or creating. I can actually like, oh yeah, I also, this is something kind of like I was talking about shiny object syndrome. I saw this girl on Instagram. She's selling she's selling straws, like seriously straws, and with her seamless designs on them, and they're doing well because it's like seasonal. Like right now she's selling for Halloween, and then she's also selling a very simple course, how to create seamless designs on Procreate. And it's like those really simple things where and it's not just that, but it's the way she market herself, like the videos she posts on Instagram. And it made me really curious, like I want to learn how to do that, because I figured that can also be helpful in but I'm trying not to like spread myself too thin. But it made me curious too, like, hey, maybe I could use that to make tumblers, engravement or something like that. Yeah, I don't have example, but because the laser can engrave directly on there too, and it would be nice to have something like that. But I shouldn't be overthinking. I shouldn't like jump too much and just focus on like a few things at a time. I want to like engrave things on products like we have at home. Like, look at this. It's just a simple what do you call this, like a pot holder thing when it's hot. So I mean, I could easily just engrave something. I think it depends on this material though. I don't know, it depends on the material. You can't just engrave anything you want. Yeah, so there's a few things that's coming up. It's exciting, like knowing that it's not just gonna be work and then do nothing, watch TV, scroll through. Like I feel excited that we're gonna improve our life. Like that's the whole point. It's just putting in a little bit of our time aside from, like I think it's more fun. Life is more interesting when there's something to look forward to, when there's something that we can see, like we're not just going through a dead end. Like we're gonna get out of this situation. Like my life right now, it's good. Phil, we're good. It's just, he has his different shift from mine, and sometimes we can't do a lot of things together. And he's always wanted to have more time with the kids, but on Tuesday, it's like the kids go home from school, and he sees them for 30 minutes, and he's getting ready, and he has to go to work. So pretty much the whole Tuesday, it's like gone. And he doesn't get to be with them. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, right? Wednesday, he takes them to school, and then they're with their mom. So it's always something like he wished he could have 3 days. Like, don't we all wish to have 3 or 4 day weekends? So he doesn't have that, and that's something he's been wanting. And I had like a list of things I wanted, and that's one of the things. I wanted to free up time for Phil. Like I want to be able to do something for the people that I care about and the people that I love. Like also like my brother. Like I want to get him. He's doing fine. Like I mentioned this. He's doing fine, but I feel like he could do more. And yeah, I want to create this laser business, and then have it like I keep jumping ahead, but I have some plans, like I want to then have a business where then I can say, hey bro, can you help me like do this? And I can show you too. And like I want to have that ability to show people, hey, you can do this too, and you can make money, and then you can have two options now. You can work if you want, or you can do this and stay home, or whatever. I'm just saying. But I don't have that, and I mentioned this from the very beginning, like my first few videos too. I want to help Val. Like she's fine though, but just saying, like when you're fine, we're fine when we're fine. Like when we have a job, we got things going on. But like when we don't have that job anymore, then it's like, oh, now what? I have to look for another job. But if we have this option, we can decide, okay, do you want to look for another job, or do you want to just do this, focus your energy on this? And I'm not trying to say it's easy, it's not, but it's only when you do something then you at least have that option, right? Like you have an option now. Like if I was only working my 9 to 5 and I didn't work at the nail salon and I didn't work for Eddie, I would not have this option to just say, hey, I'm gonna work part-time. I did calculating my expenses and said, you know what, it might be okay. I can go part-time and still have Eddie's work and still the nail salon when I visit my mom and family, that I can make it without that, without my extra 4 hours at my 9 to 5, and then be able to free up this time to do the things I want to do. Because sometimes it's just so hard, like you're so stuck with your 9 to 5, and then you go home and then these are other things you got to do. So luckily for me, I was able to do that because I had other options. So I want more options like that. And I'm very big on options. Like, I need my options. If I feel stuck with something, no, I gotta do something about it. So yeah. So that's an update. I might not, I don't know yet. I'm still thinking. I might still do these videos, or I might not, because it takes time away, and now that I'm gonna have to focus on something else, so I may possibly do less. I might do some updates here and there, but I might be, I don't know. So we'll have to see. Thank you for listening.